All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from Premier Destiny. It's Joan and Paul again. We are here to present another Q&A live session, but just 1 second, let me make sure our folks on Instagram are on as well. Just a minute. Okay, we should be getting ready here in a second. All right, we are live on all our platforms. Welcome again to our Q&A session. For some of you who may not be familiar, this is Paul and Joan from Premier Destiny, and we do take questions from our vast viewing audience, from our clients, from just anyone who has a question in the area of success and personal development.
Prosperity too.
And prosperity, I meant to say actually. Thank you, Paul. So welcome. We are transformation experts. What does that mean? It means we guide professionals and business owners to go from where they are to where they would like to be. All right. Because we believe the world, the universe is abundant, and everyone who desires is able to succeed and experience abundance, experience prosperity in life. So let's get on to the question of the day. And this question is from Stephanie. Stephanie is from Philadelphia. Her question is, just 1 second. Her question is, let's see, what key lessons in personal development have impacted you the most? What key lessons? When I saw this question, I was like, now she's really going to pull the best from Paul and Joan, but because for the sake of time, we will just give you some key lessons, okay? Key lessons in personal development that have impacted us the most. Personal development is a journey. It's not something that happens overnight. It's a journey from unlearning, relearning, learning new things. It's a process and it takes time because all the results that we're experiencing today, the results we're experiencing today are the results of years of mindset building, right? So it takes time to unravel all of that. But let's get started. So Stephanie wants to know what key lessons we have learned in our journey in personal development. There are quite a few, but we're just going to give you some key points. I'm going to let Paul get us started, and then I'll come back and plug in a few more. So over to you, Paul.
Thank you, John. Thank you. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. We're delighted to be with you today. And just thank you again for joining us today. And again, Gail, it was Gail actually from Plains, Georgia, that sent me the
Oh,
question.
okay.
Thank you for sending this very, very good question. I mean, it's a question, it's a question that's pregnant, okay, with a lot of meaning to it, really. And I'll get started here. And like I said, Joan says she will join us and kind of weigh in with her wisdom as we proceed here.
Mhm.
Um, let me just the importance of I will just say this, that personal development has impacted Joan and I profoundly, profoundly. Personally, our family life, the way we look at life, the way we look at things, interactions with people, and even our business. And our businesses really,
Absolutely.
it's impacted big time. Um, yeah, let me just give you one example. Uh, Before I got into personal development, let me just say the first way it's impacted us is that my morning routine. My morning routine has changed. Now I have what I call a winning morning routine. Prior to personal development, I would get up maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, or maybe say 90 minutes before I could go to work. So I could shower, get ready, dress, eat breakfast, and be on my way to work, right? Just like everyone else. That's what I used to do. And of course, I pray in the morning before I left home. But now, and then and again, when I got to work, I dealt whatever showed up at work, did what I had to do, and moved on. Now, with knowledge, with the awareness I've gotten from personal development, I've developed what I call my winning morning routine. My winning morning routine. I get up at least 3 hours before I'm supposed to go to work. At least 3 hours. All right. I engage in reflection time, prayer time, gratitude time. I do some gratitude. I read something inspirational for a period of time. I get some quiet time, which is extremely important to me, where I kind of just let the world talk to me. The universe talked to me. In my case, God talked to me. All right. I tap into universal knowledge, God's knowledge,
Mhm.
to inspire me and give me guidance for my day. And then I go out for exercise for about 45 minutes to an hour. All right. That's what I do. And it's impacted me big time. It really has impacted me big time. Um, the other thing the knowledge what I've also gained from personal development is the importance of setting goals, and specific goals with intentionality. With intentionality. All right. I mean, in the past, we would set goals. We'd set goals in our personal lives and in business. Will the goals we set were more like wishing. Okay, we hope it work. We really hope it worked. We hope that this turn out. More like wishes. And when you get wishes, you set goals based on wish, and wish is not a strategy. Also, just want
Mhm.
to keep that in mind, right? If it happen, it happened. But now with the knowledge, with the awareness we've gotten from personal development, when we set goals, we set them with intentionality. Okay, we'll put some effort behind the goals that we set, both in our personal lives and our business lives. We'll put some work in there, put some muscle, right? We're excited about it. We'll go after it, and guess what? More often than not, we get them, we achieve them. All right,
If
so it's different.
if
Go
I
ahead,
may
John.
add, so it's not just setting goals, it's setting achievable goals.
Yes.
And
Stretch
it's,
goals, stretch
yes,
goals,
stretch
right?
goals, stretch achievable goals, and it's not depending on luck. Luck, we don't believe in luck.
That's what we did in the old time, right?
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
past, that's what we did. We wished, we hoped, we prayed, we counted on luck.
Mm.
But here we get to determine, we're the force behind whatever goals and dreams we have in mind. That's the difference. Again, the power of minds, the power of a positive mindset is one of the keys that we've learned, lessons actually we've learned from personal development. The power of a positive mindset, folks. I tell you, the way it's been said that the way you look at things change the way those things are. Okay, you can
Mm.
change the way you look at things by the way you look at them. I mean, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That was by Dr. Wayne
When
Dyer
that
said that.
yeah.
Right, it's extremely important. A positive mindset can transform the challenges that you may experience into opportunities, to learning opportunities. Right. In fact, one of the things we've also learned through this process is that we take every challenge as a learning lesson. What do we learn from this experience? Because whether it's challenging, whether it's good or bad, there's lessons to be learned there, folks.
Yeah.
What do we learn from each situation that we face, and what kind of benefit from it, right? Remember, success is 95% mindset and 5% strategy. Think
Mhm.
about it. Success is 95% mindset and only 5% strategy, which means that the mind's got to be right. The mind's got to, your mind is got to be right. Okay. If your mind isn't right, nothing's going to work. If your mind isn't right, nothing's going to work. That's the key thing in there. All right. So, it's important. So those are some of the things that we've learned. I've learned. I mean, Juno and I've learned from being involved in this whole industry of personal development. Remember, folks, it's a start that stops most people. That's another thing we learn also.
Mm.
It's a start that stops most people. All right. We're just gonna get through it and get over the hump and get started. So those are some of the lessons. I'll let John speak on a few more.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I think one of the important lessons for me, I know Paul is going to come back and touch on some more, is the need for accountability, right? So, as a matter of fact, let me start with this one. You have to take action because it's all good and fine to have the right mindset to set those achievable goals or stretch goals, whatever you want to call them, but you have to take action. In fact, the Bible says faith without works is dead. So you have to take action, take inspired action as you set those goals Paul was talking about, and you really put your heart to them. You become what we call aligned with your goals, okay, or aligned with your desires. That alignment will cause you to take inspired action. You'll be inspired. You have ideas to act on to realize your goals. So it's very important to take action, right? And then after you've taken action, it's also important to identify or to have an accountability system, maybe identify an accountability partner or have some kind of system to help you with accountability. Okay, so those are some two lessons that I've learned that are key in addition to the ones that Paul has already shared, and we're going to be talking about some more, but I'll segue back to
You want to
Paul.
talk about the power of gratitude, don't
Oh yeah, 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 absolutely. I thought I was going to come back. Anyway,
you?
so gratitude, like Paul mentioned earlier, he wakes up in the morning, and we all do, we both do. We do focus a lot on gratitude. Gratitude is expressing thanks. You're thankful, you're happy, you're joyous in your current state. While you are wishing or you are setting those goals, you are thinking of all the beautiful things that you want to have in the future. Be grateful for what you have currently, because that gratitude will promote the emotional state of joy, of content, right? Not that you don't want something more, but you have to have that emotional state of joy to be able to, what we call, vibrate at a frequency that will help you attract what you're looking for. So gratitude is key. All right.
Yes.
Okay, so those were three lessons that I just shared with you: gratitude, taking action, and accountability. So back to you, Paul, for some more.
Thank you, John. Thank you. One of the other big lessons we learn is the importance of self-reflection. Okay,
Mhm,
the importance of self-reflection. That is key, folks. That is key. I
mhm,
mean, before personal development, I didn't really take time to sit down and just think. Look at myself, look at what I'm doing. Is there a better way of doing it? Ask myself questions that have to do with my situation.
mhm,
I didn't do that, but now I've spent some quiet time. It's part of my winning morning routine now. Okay, I
mhm,
wake up in the morning, I spend some time, 15 minutes to half an hour, and just quiet time where I can get a download from universal mind, from
mhm,
Almighty God. That's what
mhm,
I call it, right? I mean, ideas come to me. I'm able to think. I'm able to get guidance, and it sets my tone for the day. In fact, I would call it the quiet time is golden, folks. It is
mhm.
golden because you can really tapping into the knowledge of the world, and it can make a big difference. But that's one thing. Um, Another thing I've learned also from personal development is the importance of building resilience and learning from every failure or
Mhm,
defeat. Okay. Some of us look at defeat as being fatal, as being final,
mhm,
right? But resilience is so important. How we look at a challenge or failure or something doesn't work out right is so important, folks. It's so important. If we look at every challenge, every defeat as a learning experience, then we have power over it. Then we benefit from it, right?
yes.
And that's what life is all about, isn't it? We'll never ever conquer all the challenges that we have. But if we learn from everyone, we'll just get better. And as the more we get, the more challenges we get, the more we can easily overcome because we build that mindset of resiliency. Resiliency means the ability to bounce back from failure or defeat, right? Because we're going to go through it in life, folks. And it is part of life. Remember that a big shot is a little shot that kept on shooting. I'll say it one more time. A big shot is a little shot that kept on shooting, right?
Persistence.
Yes, persistence, resiliency, right? I mean, that's all part of it, folks. That is all part of it. We have to just go at it. We just have to go at it. Um, One other thing I'm going to talk about is that I've gotten a lot better through with the help of personal development. I've gotten to know me better.
Mm,
Okay, I've gotten to know me better. I spend more time with myself, and I enjoy the time with myself. I've gotten more strength, from that. I've gotten away from victimhood,
mm,
blaming others, blaming circumstances. You know, I've gotten away from that because I've realized that the power resides in me and how I view things. I've develop this whole mindset of being responding to situations and events and circumstances and people as opposed to reacting.
mhm,
Okay, because when you react, folks, you give your power away. When you respond, you gain power and control. Because the power, folks, is in us. The power is in you. But if you don't spend time to get to know you and cultivate that strength, that inner strength that you need, that we all need, really, to be able to, achieve the success and go through the hurdles we're going to have to go through to succeed, then it cannot happen, right? And so that's what personal development has done for myself and Joe. I'll pass it to Joe to close us out.
Let's see, one more um, key lesson. Like I said earlier, it's a process, it's a journey. So you have to continue at it. You have to continue learning. So it's continuous learning, because when you feel like you've arrived, that's when you start going backwards. So you have to engage in continuous learning, online studies, engaging a coach, or joining a community of individuals, so that you stay current, you stay at that emotional level that you need to be to maintain your success and grow. Okay, so it's very important. Sometimes we feel like, okay, I got my goal, that's it. No.
You got to go, then what?
And then what, right? Our natural DNA is one of increase. So for you to continue increasing, for you to continue growing, stay on the know. Keep learning, keep growing, keep that mindset. Keep nurturing and nourishing that mindset with personal development studies, books that are out there. Like I said, you can engage a coach or your accountability partner. Is very important also. All right. So, folks, I think that's all we have for today, unless you have
Yes.
anything else.
No, I was just going to add that, folks, it takes and to to really make this happen, tight as a little bow. It takes discipline, right? It's going to take some discipline. It's going to take commitment, as but it's a lot of fun. I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun. I mean, Jonah, you can attest to that, right? It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Personal development, when you get to know yourself better, and you get to fall in love with yourself and how the possibilities that exist in your world, then you're more of a gift to not just yourself, but to your world. All right. So this is a lot of fun, folks. And like Joan said, if we can help you in any way, reach out to us. We're on social media. If you have any questions, certainly reach out to us. If you need some guidance, you need us to be able to talk more about this, please reach out to us. You can reach out to us by email at support at premierdestiny.com. Support at premier with an E destiny.com. Or you can reach us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. We're there. All right. We'll look forward to seeing you and speaking with you the next time around.
All right. So, folks, life is good. Make the best of it.
Yes.
Until then, take care, enjoy, and have fun. Bye bye.
Bye for now.